the scheduled MMA fights this evening. An amateur MMA contest consisting of 3 3-minute rounds. Please, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, welcome the fighter in the blue corner, training out of Force MMA, weighing in 56.8 kg, an amateur record of 1 win, 2 losses, and only 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Redford! And his opponent in the red corner, training with First Legion, weighing 56.4 kg, making his second appearance as an amateur MMA fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Bates!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Golden Ticket Fight Promotions number 10. Brad Wharton calling the action tonight alongside Jamie the Haymaker Hay, and we kick things off in the flyweight division. Thomas Bates in the red with black trim taking on Robbie Redford in the black with red trim. Always a fast and furious start from these flyweights, Jamie.
Yeah, very fast and furious, as you said there. I mean, Robert Redford there with a, he's had the experience so far. Doesn't look at all fazed by this kind of a fight. But you've got Thomas Bates coming in, brand new fighter here. This could be a lot to take on in one night for him.
Good work to get back to the feet, but dragging it back down to the ground immediately is Redford. That's clearly where he wants to be, Jamie.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're saying. I think the experience here is on Redford's side, and you can see that the way he's dragged Bates to the floor. He's now looking to work the half guard. I'd like to see a couple of punches come from here and maybe try and pass that guard. There we go. He's looking for that mount. This is good work though from Bates from the bottom. Passes
into side control now, does Redford. He looked willing to sacrifice position even early on. He looked like he's willing to pull guard. So clearly a ground-based fighter, as we see now, as he again tries to step into the mount, but a nice bit of guard recovery there from Tom Bates.
Yeah, I thought he was going to work the half butterfly there and try and transition from the bottom and get that turn from the bottom, but it didn't seem to work out there, and he's ended up really on his back, not having much to do here. He's grabbing that hip with his left foot, trying to work away, but he's up against a cage, which is a tough position to be in.
Yeah, perhaps looking to generate a little bit of space there from the bottom, but Redford sticking to his man like glue. Bates manages to get back to his feet, but he's in just as bad a position here against the cage, Jamie. Yeah,
he let go. He was trying to use his hips from the bottom there, but up against the cage is a lot tougher. So what he did is he used that cage to get the stand up. Now he's up against the cage, getting obviously a few punches from Redford here. Not much happening. Using some good head force against the cage, but not a great deal happening at the minute.
Yeah, referee Harvey Howard taking a close look at this one. 3 3-minute rounds if they need them in the flyweight division here at Golden Ticket, and a nice knee up the centre line to the body there from Bates. Draws a reaction from the crowd. Bates looks to be cut here, Jamie, as well. I think he's got a bit of a graze on the head.
Yeah, it's not something you tend to see in the up against the cage, especially with not too many punches being thrown so far. I think it may be a head clash that.
Redford stepping back and looking for some strikes here. Nice head movement from Bates, but he's getting tagged here, Jamie.
Yeah, he's taking some punishment and he's having to back up a little bit, but watch the counter strikes here from Bates. Again, nullified up against the cage here, Brad.
Well, it looked like Redford was the one trying to initiate that standing exchange, but as you say, Jamie, when the counter strikes came back, he clinched up and went back to the cage, and he's done his best work when he's been up close and pressuring his man in that first round.
Yeah, and the good thing here from Bates' point of view is the cut doesn't seem to have phased him. Personally doesn't seem too bothered about it, but the only thing is it's right above the eyebrow.
It does look to be right on the eyebrow, just to the right hand of the bridge of the nose, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects him as the fight wears on. And perhaps Redford's seen that cut and he's going to be looking at that as a target as we move into the second and possibly third round.
Yeah, you've got McManus in the corner as well here. He's had a lot of Thai boxing experience, so probably pretty good at clearing this cut up very, very quickly. They've got a lot of experience in that sort of field of taking elbows, so this is an amateur fight. Obviously no elbows allowed, but the fact that he's got a cut so early on in the first round, Brad, is you don't see it very often, especially above the eye.
Absolutely not. Unfortunately we haven't got the luxury of being able to see the replays here, but I'm sure viewers at home will be able to see whether that was perhaps a clash of heads or or perhaps an errant punch. And we have seen guys get cut from the side and the edge of the glove before. Regardless, Redford and Bates coming out for the second round here. Both guys looking pretty fresh, Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely. Redford's got that base, hasn't he? He's got that, short stature, especially at the flyweight division. He's very short. He looks like he may be able to wrestle pretty well, and so far he has done, but he's been turned up against the cage there, Brad.
And for the first time, we're seeing this clinch position with Bates in charge. It'll be interesting to see what the man from First Legion can do here. Redford breaks away.
So we're going to see Bates be the aggressor. Oh, he's been caught there straight away, Brad.
That was a straight right hand. Redford immediately pouncing here, looking to rain down some ground and pound. It looks like he's going to survive this exchange, Jamie.
He can actually take the back from here as well, Brad. He can come out the side door there and take the back if he wanted to, but he's missed that opportunity. In fairness, I think Bates seen what was happening, had to turn his hip straight in to make sure that back take didn't happen.
Bates gives up that single butterfly, and a nice posture position here from Redford, looking to rain down some shots.
This is what I was saying at the start of the fight, though, Brad. You can see the experience coming in now from Redford. He's a 4-fight veteran in the cage, and it goes a long way. But throwing up a quick triangle attempt there from Bates.
Perhaps we'll see a change of tack now from Redford, looking to land some big shots. He looked like he wanted everything in close in the first round, but he's had a lot of success on the feet in the second.
Redford again using that cage pressure, throwing a couple of shots in here. I'd like to see him start level changing a little bit more, Brad, and maybe try and work for that takedown against the cage.
He did look to try and trip with the leg on the outside there, but it's Bates that's turned round. Both men again slugging it out on the feet. And there's supporters of Bates in the crowd shouting for the knee in the clinch, but no knees to the head under this amateur rule set, Jamie.
Yeah, it has become, a bit of an issue, especially for the Thai boxing style fighters, not being able to throw the knees to the head. But I tell you what, though, Redford's doing a great job here of controlling Bates up against the cage again, and throwing knees down the middle and catching him in the midsection. Yeah,
both guys scored with nice knees in that exchange, but again, it's Robbie Redford taking control in this clinch position. Waring has been out against the cage, but a nice turnaround from Bates.
Yeah, this is where Bates has sort of flourished a little bit up against the cage, where he's been able to turn out and put Redford against the cage, but it seems a bit of a stalemate. They seem to just turn each other around against the cage. I think we're better seeing him in the middle, or best seeing Redford take it to the ground, because at the minute, this is all Redford for me.
Yeah, Redford tried the high kick there against the taller man, but came up just a couple of inches short. And again, we're seeing Bates turn his man on the cage. An interesting turnabout here, Jamie, because in the first round, it was all Redford dominating in those clinch positions, but in the second, we saw Bates affect a few reversals.
Yeah, there was some very, very good reversals, again, like you say, from Bates. Especially up against the cage, he seemed to turn himself out. The only thing was, the effective strike seemed to again come from Redford. So, striking-wise, Bates hasn't done anything really to affect Redford so far. He's caught him with a couple of punches on the way in, countering him, but the minute Redford puts that pressure on, that's where the fight seems to really change.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. And so we're not in a position to judge from here, but certainly in my mind, it's everything has to come from Bates in this third round. He's probably 2 rounds down. He's got a lot to do. It's going to have to be a massively emphatic third round, or he's going to have to get the finish here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Brad. I think this is Bates has got to go for this now. But this could be dangerous for Redford. This could be a real tough third round.
Referee Harvey Hara getting this third and final round underway. Seconds are out, and we are go for the third and final round of this flyweight contest here at GTFP 10.
Again, though, this is what I said about the effective strikes. Redford doesn't seem bothered about standing toe-to-toe, so which means in the first round he wasn't really hurt by Bates. That's why he's getting in that clinch so easily, because he's taking a few shots on the way in.
Looking to get the takedown now. There's a nice wide base there from Bates, but switches his method of entry. Does Redford, gets the takedown. He's going to have to be careful of the armbar here. Those hips are starting to move from Bates.
Yeah, I think Bates is very comfortable off his back. but at the same time, Redford's very comfortable on the, from the top. So trying to work and pass that guard. He's not rushing to pass the guard. He's sitting in it, no problem. He's not dropping many shots, but does he really need to at this point in the fight, Brad?
Well, amateur division's all about getting that cage time, getting the experience in. Oh, he's going to be wary of the triangle here. Bates still attacking from his back. Like you say, Jamie, perhaps Robbie Redford's in a situation now where he's thinking, well, I've got 2 rounds in the bag, let's get some cage time in, let's not overexert myself, let's not go for broke and perhaps make a silly mistake.
Yeah, absolutely, Brad. I think, if I was Redford in this position, I'd probably at some point towards, the last minute of the round, maybe even stand up to get it up against the cage again, just to nullify, because at the minute, this is where the danger's coming from Bates' back.
Does stand up and immediately pounces when Bates tries to move. Short shots coming in from Redford here.
Yeah, this is a really good, intelligent fight from Robbie Redford.
He's been able to control position for most of the fight, certainly been able to control the pace. Really has put his stamp on this one.
Yeah, I think he's done something that a lot of amateurs don't tend to do with the half guard. He's sat in half guard happily, dropping the shots, which is exactly what you want to be doing. It's not a grappling match. You don't need to be passing. You need to sit there, and it's a very good position to throw shots down, and that's exactly what Redford's doing.
Can't be too much more time left in this third and final round. Bates getting grinded on here. Still trying to get those hips working, but not really having a massive amount of success. And it's really going to have to be a Hail Mary at this point, Jamie.
Yeah, there's some really good work from the bottom from Bates, though. It's a real shame for him here because he has put some good work in. It's just, it's been nullified by Redford's, he's been pressuring constantly from the top. So it's made it really tough for them hips to have any effect from the bottom, from Bates.
Still trying to get those legs working. Final 10 seconds of the round. Redford content to just ride this position out, putting points on the board. Scored with a steady stream of ground and pound, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it was a really, really intelligent fight from Redford, in my opinion, on that. I think he dominated from start to finish, and like you said, that second round where Bates came back in it a little bit with the transitions, I still think Redford kept them strikes, precise throughout.
Absolutely. Plenty of action, a lot for both of these young men to take away from. That's Cage Warriors star Jamie Richardson in the corner of Robbie Redford there. Coming from obviously a good background and a good gym, and we saw that tonight in his performance, a very mature performance for a young amateur fighter. Yeah,
he certainly was. Like you say, when you come into the cage with 4 fights under your belt, regardless of the record, the experience means a lot, Brad, and that's always could be a problem, especially for a debut fighter going up against an experienced young man.
Well, the scorecards have been tallied, and we'll throw it to our MC in the cage to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for these fighters. After 3 rounds, I'd like to bring you a unanimous decision in favor of the blue corner, Redford.
Well, as we expected, Jamie, unanimous decision win for Robbie Redford there. His second win as an amateur in his 5th contest. A big win here to open things up on Golden Ticket number 10.